What's good? It's your girl Ché Noir, and you are watching AllHipHop.
What's going on, world? It's your man Chuck Creekmur, aka Jigsaw, here at AllHipHop.com, and we are here with none other than Buffalo's finest, Ché Noir. She just dropped 2 projects this year, Food for Thought and Be Careful What You Wish For. So thank you and welcome to One World Studios.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's definitely a pleasure to talk to you. Been a fan for quite a minute now, and impressed by the lyrics that you've put out and also the songs.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely.
that, of course.
Now, first things first, I just found out that you were born on the same day as a classic album was born. Can you tell people what that is?
Illmatic,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely
said,
was born the
yo.
same day.
Crazy. So I said, no, there's no way. I heard that in the song. I was like, no way. And I looked and I said, yeah, it was true. How does that fact, a lot of us, myself included, grew up in that era and lived it, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, just was there running to the store or whatever when those albums were dropped. But then it's a different situation when you're literally born into that era. How did that factor into your creative process?
I mean, Nas for me was like well, he is my favorite rapper, still is, because he's still getting active and getting busy.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
he still is my favorite rapper. It really shaped a lot of music. I was, this is 94. So I caught on to a lot of that music later on. Maybe when I really started becoming a music head, more of I would say around 11, 12, 13-ish. But I heard a lot of it growing up around the house. And once I really started digging into music and even writing myself, that's when I became kind of studying it.
Yeah.
So, that whole era, the Nas's, DMX, Jay-Z, even if we talk about the Lauryn Hills, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, these are people that I all went and studied, and they shaped my style.
Right. That's crazy. AllHipHop as a company was also born in that era too. And so it's crazy to see that music is still being created, that we grew up on or that created our company, in a way that allowed us to still be here, many years later. So that said, I want to talk to you about the movement, Upstate New York movement. For me, it was always my dream to live in New York City. I'm not a native, but I've been here for a long time, almost as long as my company, and being able to fulfill a dream in that regard. And when I was here, New York City is different. They always, anything outside of the 5 boroughs gets shaky. Even Long Island for a while was real shaky. So now we have really a renaissance coming up out of upstate New York, which is really upholding those core values. What's your take on it, and what have you had to overcome to get to this point?
Well, you gotta think for a minute. Nobody even knew who we were up there. A lot of us that's coming out of upstate, we've been doing music and really had maybe a little buzz or just been doing our thing upstate for years. I haven't been doing as long as everyone else that's been coming up, that's older than me. But I started doing music at 15, started doing local shows at 21, 22. I'm 27. I'll be 28 next month. I didn't really start getting my big break until 2019. And a lot of times I had to go out of town to really even get something legit. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of shows. I used to do a lot of shows in Queens. I did a few shows in Atlanta. I remember at one point I was told that you got to either go out west or go down south to make it, or you got to come to city. Ain't nobody coming to upstate to find us. So, but to see how that transitioned for us and it kind of came out of nowhere. But to see how that transition for us, where okay, it's possible to make it from home. Like we don't gotta go and compromise our sound or go on the West Coast or go down south. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a huge relief for us. It's a lot more. That's why you hear a lot more artists coming out up from upstate, like that's been doing it longer than me. Like you got people like Love the Genius, Jay Skis. They all been rapping way longer than me, and they're just now getting, you know what I'm saying, getting that look. But it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful because I didn't think. I at one point I had convinced myself that I didn't think it was possible for us to make it from up here because don't nobody know who we are.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's the camaraderie like? I mean, New York, Brooklyn, Bronx. You know, they stick together usually. You know what I mean? Are you guys the same way? Is it a community?
Yeah. Like I've had like you got the main ones. You got Benny, you got West, you got Conway, you got Spesh. I knew Benny. Yeah. I met Benny before he had his Griselda deal. Yeah. And we did a song together. And Benny been showing me love since then. Like this was 2015, 2016, 16ish. Like he been showing love to me since then. Right. So he was actually one of the first ones from upstate showing love. Then it was West. Then that's when I met Spesh. Yeah. But they been showing love. Like it's always been love. It's always been like, you know, we come from the same cloth. Yeah. Like so it's love. It's always gonna be love there.
Definitely. So backing up just a little bit, you started making beats quite a while ago too. Like, did those things go hand in hand, writing and producing?
So producing was something that I started doing before I rapped. Okay. And even though I would write, nobody, like most of the people that I started doing music with from the beginning, they met me as a producer. I wasn't really rapping seriously. So like I started out producing. Once I would say I had got around Spesh, and then I started meeting producers like Primo. I kind of was like, okay, maybe I can't produce. So I chilled out for a little bit. But
you lost hope?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, if I'm rapping over their beats,
right.
What the hell? Like, what can I bring? You know, but once I got out of that mindset, this was after I put out the Apollo album. That's when I started producing again. Okay. And now it's like I'm juggling both. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's full time to both of those right now for me.
And Food for Thought is fully self-produced, correct?
It's like 80%. Like I think it's 12 songs, and I did 8 out of 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, how is it, all boats rise, it seems like, but how is it going bar for bar with a Ransom or going bar for bar with 38 Spesh or Benny? Do you put extra time in, or do you?
No, I write. I take just as long as they do. I'm right there. Like I'm more of a on the spot writer. As of the past maybe 3 years. I just come like from the beginning. Like when this first song I did with Spesh, he actually asked me to rewrite my verse. Okay. Yeah. So it was weird. I never been by my homies, y'all been told to rewrite a verse, but I thought I had went hard. You know, I was in my head like, yeah, this shit crazy. Yeah. Oh, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, this is crazy. So, but he was like, I think you could go harder. Okay. So, like, you know, he had a little talk with me. He was like, listen, I ain't gonna let up on you. I'm gonna rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta come. And I just always kept my pen sharp, you know, keeping it in the back of my head. And knowing that he ain't letting up, he ain't going easy on me, you know, because I'm a girl. Like, he like, no, I'm gonna rap. Yeah. And I want, you know, so you better come with yours. Or so that was always in the back of my head. So like every time I go in, like even if songs like for example, I didn't know that. I don't even think Ransom had a verse on when I did the verse for Price of Fame. Like, sometimes I just go in the studio and I just write. I don't know where the verse is going to get placed at. I just write, and I just make sure the shit is fire.
Right. That's what's up. Now, I've seen a lot of commentary around you as a woman in hip-hop, or what they call female MC. What's your take on it right now? You've definitely taken a different route. I think not as well, like, it's not convention anymore. Back in the day, it was normal to see multiple types of women. And I know you probably get this question all the time, but I'm just curious on your thoughts on it now.
What, like women in hip hop right now?
And your place in it, because I mean, for me, and this is just in general, right? So everybody sees where the way to go to get it popping, and they go that way. So if you're not a street dude, you might be a street dude so that you can be successful.
Okay, I get you.
You know what I mean?
So for me, in the beginning, I was being pressured to go a different route with it. But I've always remained myself. I said I'm not going to get into this game and be uncomfortable. And I feel like it's a lane for everyone. Like, that's just not my lane. It's a very over-perpetuated lane. If that's you, cool. If it ain't, I'm just against people going into something, like you said, just because that's the quicker way to success. It's going to take me a while with my lane that I'm in, but it's going to be worth it when I get there.
Yeah, definitely. Who would you say, like, who inspired, I mean, you kind of touched on it, but, like, definitive, you know what, give me some people that we wouldn't know inspired you. So we know the Nas's and the Kims and stuff, but give me somebody that might, like, it doesn't even have to be a rapper. See, I got her on this one.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if we're talking musically, yeah, most are rappers. Like, I would say, too, like, Rhapsody, I remember when I first heard about her, when she put out Layla's Wisdom. She inspired me to keep rapping because I didn't think it was possible for women that look like myself and in the lane we in to make it. Like, she got a Grammy nomination off of that. So that inspired me to keep going. I think, just the people I keep around me, inspired me to keep going. There's not a rapper alive who don't go through discouraging moments. None at all. I don't know a single one. But I got a good support system. So they motivate me. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of discouraging moments, especially being a woman in this shit. Like, I have a lot of discouraging moments, but they keep me going.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Rhapsody came to mind when I first heard you. Not like you sound like her, but just in general, she. I put it like this: I'd like to hear y'all on a song together. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Is that something you might be working on?
Yeah, I've briefly talked to her about it before.
Okay.
She shouted me out like some years ago. I haven't met Rhapsody yet though, so that's something that, like, I'm not in a rush because I don't want to do no email joint. I want to actually be in the studio with her. So, so yeah, that'll come. It'll be worth it when it comes though, but it'll come.
We love Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Who else might you want to work with?
Of course, Nas.
Nas. Okay. Yo, I think that's I'm gonna put that in the air. I think that's doable. At this stage in Nas's career, I feel like he's willing to do different things.
He's rapping. Like,
he's rapping.
His Magic project, that's got a lot of replay value for me right now.
Definitely, absolutely.
Who else? I got my bucket list. I had Black Thought on there, but I worked with him, so I'm able to check that off. I don't know. Like, I gotta really. It's not really a lot of people. I would love to work with anybody if they, if they ready, if they down to work. But as far as my bucket list, I got Nas, Rhapsody. I had Black Thought on there.
Were you on a song with Cool G Rap? Or was that you were on that project? But were you?
I was on that project. I wasn't on a song with him.
Okay, got it. He's coming back with some heat. Not that he ever didn't drop heat, but
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
It's a game, and this is the other thing I wanted to ask you. This game is predicated on attention. Like, attention's like the new currency. So if you can keep people's attention, you can probably leverage that into something else. So Kanye's the biggest example of that. But one thing I try to encourage artists that are maybe a little more dense with the bars or thoughtful with their lyrics is figuring out a way to get to the press. That's why I reached out to you, because I was like, yo, you got to do more press.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hit Mickey Fax up the other day, like, yo, what's up? What are we doing? You know, I'm gonna hit Nick Grant up tomorrow, like, what's goody?
Got
You know what I mean?
Got you.
I think so. My question is, you know, with the approach you've taken, it's you know, a little more difficult path. Do you have any questions about where you want to go now, like marketing wise or presentation wise, or you know, things that can help uplift you? Like, I'll give you another example. You know, West Side has this whole artistic side. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
you know, there's other things that go along with the music.
You know, this is something that I'm still learning that comes along with music, because for years it just was, for me, just about the talent itself.
Yeah.
I've just, like, maybe the past year or two, like, was you know, told about other things that could expand it. Like, so more for me is just using my platform, or thinking of ways to use my platform to bring more attention to my brand or me as a brand.
Yeah.
It's things that's in the works. You know, like I said, like I can't force anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
So
yeah,
you're not gonna wear space boots. You're gonna keep the Timbs on.
I'm gonna wear whatever.
No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm
Man.
I'm really playing.
Yeah, but see, these people ain't faking. Like, Wes been on that type of time
That's true.
since before everybody knew who he was.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
dude been on that art stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
he's been
true.
very artsy. So you know, for me, I just was always just the chill one, but I had some banging beats, and I had bars. Like, you know, everything else that, you know, maybe I find something I'm comfortable with years to come.
Past the bars, you slip some things in there, quite a bit that are beyond the regular street stuff or whatever. You have one song about your father. I was just curious about that song. What made you write that, and also sort of like, what's the status of that relationship, if any?
Yeah. So for me, I've always, like, briefly spoke about that in my music. I throw it in every now and then, a verse, but I did a full song about him. Mainly because, like, you talking about the Apollo song, correct? Yeah. Like, when I heard the beat, like, I go off what inspires me, or because sometimes the beat, for me, it tell me the words before I even put it on there. Like, no, that's how you need to talk on here.
Right.
So, and the crazy thing is too, that Apollo, I think it was like the first verse was on it was actually on a separate song. Okay. A different song. But I ended up using on that, and I added another verse and did the hook and everything. And it just, you know, I was just more inspired by the beat. You know, my relationship is a lot better than what it was at the time when I probably wrote it, because I can't remember when I wrote that, but it's a lot better than what it was when I wrote it. I would say that. Yeah. You know how that shit go.
Yeah,
You know?
I get it. Other parts you talk about coming from kings and queens. You know, anytime I hear that, I always want to know, like, you know, what your upbringing was like. You know, how was your life like? You know, as a person, what was your life like growing up?
I mean, you know, I'm from Buffalo. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it wasn't perfect. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, I went through, I ain't gonna say normal, but I went through what most of my peers went through. You know what I'm saying? I've been through some shit, and I haven't stopped going through shit. Yeah. But, you know, like, when I say, you know, and I talk about coming from kings and queens, like, you know, my mom is a strong woman. She raised, it's 5 of us. She raised all of us on her own. Yeah. Like, 90% of the time on her own. Yeah. You know, and still doing it. I got baby sisters. Yeah. She's still doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? We come from an environment where fathers weren't 100% there. Yeah. But as I get older, what I learn to do is I don't hold no anger towards them. Right. I come from a more of a place of understanding. It doesn't excuse behavior, but come from more of a place of understanding. Understanding, okay, things you weren't taught. That doesn't. It's difference. It's not an excuse, but that understanding helps me forgive. Because I just don't have it in me. I don't have it in me to be angry at somebody. It's too much energy out of me.
That's a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy. So once you get, like, I got older and I grew up and understood, became adult. I was like, man, I don't got no anger towards you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right. I made it here all right. Yeah. With or without, that presence. But it just, just coming from an understanding place.
How does your family feel about your success? And how dialed in are they to it?
They love it. Yeah. My mom, I was on the phone with her earlier. She was rocking one of my hoodies. Yeah, my mom, she listens to, every time I drop a project, she'll go listen to it and text me bars that she likes from the project. Nice. So, my siblings, they all listen to it. Like, my little sister, she travel a lot with me. So she's at my shows and she see the love I be getting, Yeah, they love it.
You said one line, and I damn near threw my AirPods out. I was like, you said something like, something top 5. I don't know. I'm better than even the dead ones or something. I was like, oh Lord. I was like, my gosh. I felt like Fred Sanford. I was clutching my chest. Like, what? What are we doing? That was egregious. You know what I'm saying? What makes you go there with it sometimes?
Man, I'll be in the studio and I just be like, sometimes like my peoples will be like, yo, you go harder. So I kill shit. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, y'all, I can go harder? Right. All right. You ain't like that? All right. I got you.
Yeah, that was flagrant, like foul on the play with that one. But still, that was ill, though. I mean, I remember cats would go there back in the day. I remember Sticky Fingers from Onyx said something. He didn't go there, but he was just like the best rapper of all time. Ain't never die. Like right after Big died, I was like, oh Lord.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how it was. You had to be the illest. That's what it was. So on that note, let's talk about your new projects. And you dropped 2 back to back, same month, right? Or
yeah. Well, it's not in the same month, but.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah.
So let's talk about Food for Thought. What are you bringing to the table with this one?
So Food for Thought was originally supposed to be an EP, but I ended up just recording so much music that I ended up just expanding it to a full album. Right. So a lot of music I was recording for other projects, and I was getting a lot of beats from different producers. I just kind of like packed it all together with what went along with the beats I already had. Okay. And just made a full-length album out of it.
Yeah. Okay, dope. And be careful what you wish for. I almost want to say be careful what you ask for. Why the distinction in the title? Is there any reason behind it?
Well, okay, so the Careful What You Wish For project is it's on the mic. It's an artist by the name of Jinx 716. I fully produced the EP. Okay. I'm only on one song rapping.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I listened to that one.
Yeah, I'm only on one joint rapping on there. So like the names and everything, that was him. Like I didn't even get a chance to ask him why he named it that. But
okay, my bad.
Yeah, that was his thing. Like his.
But still, that's your project too.
Yeah. He named everything though. Yeah. I handed him the beats, did my thing on that, and I gave him a verse. We did it in the same. Actually, in my studio in the Falls, like we did it together. So
you have a studio? Do you still have a studio in Buffalo, or is it just Niagara Falls?
Just in the Falls, like it's right at the crib too. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's crazy. I don't know. That's crazy. Do you ever? You guys are so close to Canada. Do you ever build with them at all in music?
I've never worked with a Canadian artist.
Really?
Never.
That's crazy.
I haven't even done a show over there yet.
Really? Oh, we gotta definitely change that. If we can get past the COVID situation.
Yeah, they're strict as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna
They're
chill out.
not playing right now. They're not playing no games. But yeah, that's what's up. So I gotta ask you this, because we ask just about everybody that comes to One World this question: your top 5 dead or alive?
So I got Nas, and it's no order. I got Nas. I got Nas. I got Jay-Z.
Okay.
I'm just talking about who inspired my pen.
Yeah.
Got Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got who I'm gonna go with next?
Friend is over here giving some suggestions, but she like, hold up.
Let me think. Who inspired? I'm saying I'm going off of who inspired my pen. Like,
yeah,
I got Jay-Z, Nas, Rhapsody. I got I got Biggie, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Biggie. Every time I'm going, and let me just say this: every time I'm about to go write an album, I go listen to Ready to Die.
Wow.
Every time.
Yeah.
I gotta just vibe out to that joint.
Yeah.
And I know I got a typical top 5, but Pac inspired me. So I could say maybe Biggie / Pac.
I don't hear Pac in you too much, like in terms of your opinion.
I love that's really? That's who I grew up listening to a lot too. He another one. Okay. And I'm gonna put I can put Kendrick on that list.
Okay. Well, that's fair. Fair enough.
I could put Kendrick on that list because Kendrick, his imagery, and when he started on Good Kid, Mad City and Up, those projects definitely inspired me.
Definitely. Where do you want to head from here? Like what? It's like every time you get to the top of a mountain, there's like another mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't stop. Like, this shit really don't stop. I remember somebody told me, it's like, you make a hit, you got to make 1,000 of them shits.
Exactly.
It's like, don't just stop there.
Exactly.
Because I was, I ain't understand the game for a little bit. I didn't know that. Yeah. Like, okay, put out one record, do good, you got to keep going. That shit ain't going to keep you afloat.
Definitely.
These people will forget you. You don't put no music out after that.
I forget who I saw, but it was like, it wasn't Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, but it was something like that. And Usher or whoever, I can't remember who it was, that had, scored a major hit. And they're like, bruh, you got to do this like over and over.
You got to keep doing it. It don't stop.
Right.
But lucky enough, this is what I love to do, so it don't feel like work.
Right.
But for me, it's just I'm one of them people, like, I've been told a few times, you just need that one hit. You just need that one hit. I feel like it'd be other people more worried about me getting that than I am. Like, it's gonna come, but I would never try to force that. That's the worst thing I feel like I could do. Yeah. Is force a hit.
Right.
But just successfully growing within my music. I want to get on some Billboard charts. I want to get Grammy nominations. I want to have a huge stream. Like, right now, the most I've had is on Apollo album, which is 3 million right now. Right. But I want to walk and see my Billboard, my face on Times Square, buildings and stuff. Like, that'd be dope. But in due time, I'm not going to rush. I'm still young. I got time to grow.
Absolutely.
I got time to make some mistakes too, but I got time to get all of that. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm 30 plus hitting 40s and, I'm not in a rush. I'm enjoying the journey.
I agree with you. I mean, I think now we're in a different era. We're seeing people like, obviously, Nas, but not only Nas. There's a lot of elders, so to speak, that are still doing great work. The pen game is not in decline at all. And we're in this era of streaming, and it's not, you don't have to be, there's nothing else that matters sometimes than the music. Like, I know you have music videos, but I haven't seen any of them. Like, and I don't necessarily jump out to see music videos anymore. Like I literally
It's
just
different.
want to dial into the lyrics, the music, the beats.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
crazy. We're not even in a music video era. Like you can have success. I know a lot. So a few rappers who have success with never dropping videos, like or probably haven't dropped a video for any project. Like,
Right.
you know, we didn't do any videos for the Apollo album, but it was mainly because of COVID. But we didn't do any videos for that, and it's still been a pretty my most successful so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
How do you feel? Like I asked a couple of people. I asked Styles P this question. I asked a couple guys this, and I'm not gonna tell you what their answer was yet. But I happen to feel that we're in a renaissance. We're in a I dubbed it a new golden era, and they were like, "No way, you're bugging." So I won't say that anymore. But I do think we're in a renaissance.
we are
Yeah.
100%.
So can you tell them why we're in a renaissance?
Because listen to the music.
Yeah.
Listen to how we rapping right now.
Yeah.
That's been missing for I know I wasn't hearing it for a while. You know, like I said, it's nice rappers out here, but they weren't rapping like us. And I say that very humbly. I say that very humble. Like they weren't rapping like us.
Now, when we say us, who we talking about?
I'm talking about the whole upstate,
Okay.
including listen to even how Ransom rapping.
Yeah.
Like, and Ransom took time off for a little bit. Like, you know, like just listen. Like and see how this is emerging now. Like it's different. It's refreshing. But I don't know, me personally, I know it can all, like music is subjective.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a lot more relatable, and it's more fun to me because it's not just one nice one. No, it's a handful of us. And we all coming from upstate.
Definitely. Shout out to Upstate. Also, shout out to Ransom. We're gonna get him in here one day.
Yeah, the man is nice as
Definitely,
hell.
definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, so I definitely want to send a special shout out to Upstate New York. Because y'all giving everybody that feeling, that vibe.
Facts.
And I want to ask you this: have you or any upstaters, have y'all ever felt resentment? Like I know the South is just always mad at New York. They still mad. You know what I'm saying? T.I. still talking about how they were done back in the day or whatever, and now they're dominant and they're not letting up at all. Did you guys ever feel that up there?
Like
The
resentment.
fact, like the fact that, and I don't want to overstep. I'm not a native New Yorker, but that you all were maybe not given the same love.
No, we weren't. You know, it's crazy you said the South because like I did my first show in the South. Was it? Yeah, it was my first show in the South. I got booed off stage.
Wow. Okay.
You know, yeah. Even I lived in the South for a little bit too.
Okay.
And telling people I'm from Buffalo, they like Buffalo. I should say Buffalo, New York. They like that ain't New York.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I want to say like we just was waiting on our time.
Yeah.
That's all it was. We just was
Yeah.
waiting on our time. Like, yeah, we just waiting on our time.
Yeah. Shout out to my business partner Greg. He actually was born in Buffalo. Moved to Delaware after he was born, but yeah. So we got a little upstate in there, all hip hop too, you know what I mean? So we kind of part of the movement. Let me stop. Nah, man, but no, salute Buffalo. Salute, all of hip hop because, we got to stick together in that regard too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's beyond that. All right, well, anything you wanted to say to folks?
Nah, just make sure y'all tap in, a food for thought, careful what you wish for. I got more music on the way. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter, Ché_Noir, CHE_NOIR.
Oh, what's behind the name? Let me ask you that. What's behind the name?
Well, it was actually given to me by a friend. It goes off like my real name, but like kind of like a shortened version of it. Okay. And then my real last name is Black, so Noir, French.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
what's up. I appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all having me.
All right, salute.